Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be making beer. So today I'm going to be making a kit that I received for my 40th from my mum. Yes, I am that old. Thank you very much, mum. Nothing quite as soothing as a cool beer on a hot summer's day. Should do about 40 pints. So the kit has all the ingredients you need to get going. You've got 2 malt pouches at the back. You've got yeast powder, you've got some hop pellets, some sugar, and a filter for the hop pellets, and the instructions obviously. Okay, so this is the equipment that we need. A fermentation bucket with a hole for the airlock, a siphoning tube, some sanitizer to get rid of any germs that might be in the bucket, a hydrometer which will measure the specific gravity and the actual alcohol content of the beer, an airlock, a mixing paddle, and a thermometer. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is sanitize the fermenting bucket. I've got this cleaning sterilizer here. This should get rid of all the little bugs if there were any in storage. We'll just put a little bit more water in. Fill that up nicely. And then we'll give it a swill in a second. So the next thing we need to do is stand the 2 malt pouches in hot water for 15 minutes, and this will allow the extract to soften. Okay, so while I'm waiting, I might as well start boiling the 3 litres of water I'm going to need to actually mix with the malt pouches to make the beer. This might take some time. Because my kettle's not big enough, I'm going to boil it in several stages and store it in this pan here. Okay, so these pouches have now been standing for a quarter of an hour in hot water. They're nice and soft. So I'm just cutting these open. Well, they're quite sticky. And these are going to go straight in to our fermenting bucket. Quite sticky, as you can see there. Like caramel. Okay, in that goes. And while that's going in, I'll cut open the other one. Start that going. And that goes. Icky sticky. And in a minute we'll rinse out what's left with a bit of hot water. Okay, so we've emptied the malt pouches into the fermenting bucket. Now it's time to add our water that we boiled earlier. Like so. In that goes. And now we need to just top it up to 23 litres. Now, as you can see, I've got a little measurer here, so I know exactly where 23 litres is. And cold water. So put that in. And then we get our little measure, our little stirring paddle here. Okay, so you can just about see we've got 23 litres here. So we now need to give this a bit of a stir with our paddle to get up all the malt from the bottom and mix it in, otherwise you'll just end up with a whole load of beer flavoured water, which is no good to anybody. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is check the temperature of the beer is under 25, which it is. So that's okay. Next thing we need to do is take our beer yeast, sprinkle it on. Ooh, drop it in there. That wasn't planned. And then give it a bit of a stir, a gentle stir. just for the yeast to disperse. Get rid of this little bits there. And it doesn't have to go right the way in, it will work from the surface. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, I've half filled this airlock with water, and we just need to put that in the fermentation bucket and leave that now to start fermenting, and we'll come back to it in about 5 days. Okay, so 5 days has now passed and it's time to add the hop pellets. You don't need to stir them in, they'll disperse of their own accord. And now, just replace the lid and leave that for another 5 days. Okay, so it's been 5 days now, and the next job is to siphon the beer from the fermentation vat here to our barrel here using one of these, and it's got a little net on the siphon hose just to catch any sediment that might get through. Okay, so as you can see, the beer is gradually going from the vat into the barrel. This may take a while. Getting there, but still going. Okay, so you can just about see from this silhouette here that all the beer is now in the barrel. So the next thing we need to do is add some priming sugar. And what this does is it basically ensures that the beer remains carbonated. So we'll just put this in using our funnel. Shake. Get all that in there. Easier than making a mess. That's that. We'll give that a little bit of a stir. Get as much of that dissolved as possible. There we go. Put our cap on. Okay. Now the instructions say we need to leave this now for 2 weeks and we'll have beer. My experience though, leave it for 3 just to make sure that it does actually clear fully. And there you have it. Beer. Tasty.